and everybody knows Stephen Kregg here. He's out of Boston.
Yeah.
From Burlington. But I was telling them all, like, your background is, in terms of music, very well-rounded. Your background from playing in some hard rock bands, played a lot of different instruments, and I was telling the story about how, over the last few years you started kind of getting into, some more like, I was saying some Charlie Puth and some of that kind of melodic, dance kind of electronic kind of music, and you put out a couple bangers, man.
Yeah, it's a long road. I've been doing this for the past 25 plus years. The music industry has changed so much over the past 20 years. It's hard to keep up with, you know what I mean? We started, as you talked about earlier, we started as a hard rock band playing with Stained and Seven Dust, opening a local bazooka, and Alice in Chains and all that. And then, the rock's really taken a back seat lately, which, it's different,
Yeah, well, I mean, the biggest thing for you is to do what you enjoy, right? So, over the last few years, you started, I remember you were telling me, hey, man, check this track out. We were talking a little bit. And I was like, hey, man, that sounds great, It was a little different than some of the things you'd been doing in the past. But I loved it because, again, you had the melody, you had those hooks. You've always had those hooks, whether it's a great rock tune or this.
Right.
What are some of the inspirations that from these songs, man? I mean, we played it's all right.
Too late. And it's all right.
I keep getting all right. I keep messing up. I go. It's all right. It's all right is the first song we played, and then you played Too Late.
Yeah.
We were saying that It's All Right is kind of more, that R&B. Too Late kind of has that, like a hip hop beat on it. What are some of the influences, and what are some of the stuff you've been kind of listening to, or where'd you get that creative juices flowing to do those songs?
Honestly, it's R&B. Hip hop is, it has a beat to it, but it's more of an R&B, vocals to it. I would say, I've always tried to have that melodic influence in my music. Growing up, I listened to the Beatles. My mom, when she was alive, she made me, well, not made me, but she would listen to the oldies, and I would listen to them with her, in the car. She had like the old tapes and stuff, and I got a lot of inspiration listening to those, and I love the Beatles and all the older rock. And then as I got in my late teens, I started getting into more hard rock, but I always tried to keep the melodic vibe to everything, you know what I mean? But yeah, this round of music, I don't know, man. I've been listening. I like Charlie Puth, Maroon 5. My new songs are going to be more acoustic, so I'm kind of all over the map. It's just whatever I'm feeling at the time.
Yeah, I hear you. Right. So, like, you're going to be you're going to be playing some more acoustic music over the next...
It's not acoustic music. It'll have more of acoustic vibe to it. It'll have, acoustic guitars, and then, we'll parlay it with, a beat in the background and kind of tie it all in. But, yeah, as far as influences, I just... I do stuff a little bit different. I don't get a pad of paper like a lot of singer-songwriters, write the song and then, make the music. I just go for it, and I just hit the studio, and, a typical song, it takes me about 3 or 4 hours. So it's a little bit different.